Slow down, slow down, slow down, my gorgeous Virgolini. I have to say to you that at this moment in time, you need to slow down a little bit, okay? Because you know the last few weeks have been absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to you. You need to reconnect. You need to ground yourself. You need to recenter yourself at this stage. Why am I saying this again? Because within the last few weeks you have gone through something very significant, through something very important. What you have gone through within the last few weeks, my gorgeous Virgolini, has opened your eyes like never ever before. What you have gone through within the last few weeks has not only opened your eyes, but has also made you realize and made you aware of like how much time you're actually wasting maybe with a certain aspects of your current situation, but it was also made you aware of importance of being happy, enjoying your life every single day. You don't have to wait for like a Saturday and Sunday to enjoy your life. This life is way too short and we should be enjoying our lives on daily basis. And the reason why am I saying this, because within the last few weeks something crucial has happened. You have experienced something which has opened your eyes, and this sorry, when your eyes are open like this, you know what I want to say to you. It's not just, oh, I realized this, I realized that. No, baby, no. Your eyes were opened like never before. And this is never ever going to happen again. This eye opener which you had was probably one of the biggest eye-opening moments of your entire life, of your entire spiritual journey. You have been through a lot. You have been through so much. You have been through ups and downs. But within the last 2 or 3 years, things have stopped, you know. Sorry. Things have stopped. Things have like kind of not stopped completely, but it's just they did not kind of move on as fast as you possibly wanted them. And this is why, because you have found yourself in the spiritual vortex of things, which means that, you know, it needed to be like this in order for you to appreciate what happened, you know, within the last few weeks from this particular extent, you know, from this kind of angle. And now, after this moment in time, everything about yourself and everything about your life, you are going to see from a completely different angle, from a completely different perspective. You are going to be seeing things like, you know, like when it comes to you, seeing things in a completely different light, like from now, this moment onwards, every single aspect in your life, it's actually going to change. I'm trying to explain it to you what an important stage you're actually going through. Okay, Virgolini, this is really important. And I'm gonna say it again, that within the last few weeks you had a mind-blowing experience. And just to make it a bit more simple, not that you need it, don't get offended, okay? Don't chuck something at me. I'm not saying you're simple. I'm joking, you know, but just to make it like kind of simple, basically within the last few weeks you had a mind-blowing experience. You felt something so important that helped you. You've seen something, you've been through something, you felt something so important that just brought this absolutely mind-blowing reconnection with yourself. Now you have found yourself in a completely different dimension, and at this moment in time, while I'm talking to you and while I'm telling you this, you know, this is persistently on your mind and you cannot stop thinking about it whatsoever. Your life is going to change. There are certain things that you need to readjust like a big time, and now there is no time to wait, no time to waste, and there is no time to wait any longer. I'm not having a go at you, but I'm just telling you that this spiritual journey, this life, as I said so many times, it's really short. Okay, we are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, if we are lucky, 110. You know, life goes like this, but we are still the same in our mind. It is the same spirit, you know. We think the same. We are still the same person within our mind when it comes to our spirit. That doesn't change. And this really helps you with your own balance, especially when you realize that, you know, something has like come to an end, like there is no tomorrow. This is all about you realizing that now you're changing. You're having the biggest butterfly moment, the biggest transformational moment of your life. It means something has come to an end. Where you are and what you do, it's like a lot. You can look around you as much as you can, but everything is going to change, because you are going to find yourself in a completely different element, within a completely different dimension, in as little as 1 year time. In 1 year time, my gorgeous Virgolini, you're not gonna be where you are. You're gonna be in a completely different space, in a completely different place, spiritually, collectively. You can, like, in every single aspect, you know, of the actual change, the biggest change in your life this is actually going to bring. What can I say to you? And if you don't know what am I talking about, again, you have to ground yourself. You're like, what are you talking about? I didn't have any experience within the last few weeks, you know. You have to ground yourself. There is a way of reconnecting with yourself. By grounding yourself, you need to reconnect with the nature. People just became so crazy, so soulless sometimes, so sad. Phone, just bloody phone. Chuck the bloody phone away. Sick of the bloody phones, sick of people becoming robots. I'm absolutely sick of it, you know. The person can get beaten up and murdered right in front of them, and they're just gonna be walking like a cox around. Do you know what I mean? They're just gonna be walking like idiots around, like soulless souls, and letting everything happen. They're either filming with their phones. No soul, gone. Bye, darling. See you later, alligator. See ya. Do you know? You must kind of not allow that to happen to you. You need to be stronger than this, my gorgeous Virgolini. So if you didn't realize, like, if you didn't, nothing happened to you within the last few weeks, maybe it's going to happen to you right now as we speak. Or maybe you just need to ground yourself, recenter yourself by visiting the forest, by touching the ground with your bare hands, by standing on the soil, by feeling it, by feeling the earth. Yet again, it's going to rejuvenate you, it's going to grow through you, it's going to change you, it's going to re-energize you to the point where now suddenly there are going to be so many different things on your mind, and suddenly you're going to be brought to that part of your life, that point that I'm talking about, and you're going to remember what you've been through, because this in itself is the new starting point, new starting stage. And what I said before, it's about changing your life full on. It's about following what inspired you. It's about following and being connected to what opened your eyes, what made you feel so good, what made you realize that maybe you don't belong somewhere where you are at the moment, you know? And because this is gonna be big. You really are sending from one thing to another, and this is why this is so important. And what else I was going to say to you, to kind of slow down. You know, I started this reading with you have to slow down. You have to slow down a little bit. So now, the reason why I said this, it's like you just kind of have to realize that you need to do one thing, one step at a time. Almost as if there are about 7 different points in between that you need to do, but you will automatically want to jump onto the last point, but you can't do that. You just have to do one step at a time. You need to take your time, and you also must not allow this to kind of maybe sway you away from seeing what's important now to do and what's not important to do. Just pay attention to the priorities. Pay attention to the priorities. By paying attention to the natural normal priorities, you're going to stay on the right path, because there is something that is going to attract you so much. Like there is an offer, an opportunity that you're gonna have, but it's almost as if you go for this offer and opportunity, you're just gonna kind of like miss certain things that you need to do and you need to deal with, because it's the part of your personal evolution. Do you know what I mean? So you just by naturally paying attention to the actual priorities, this is going to be a guiding light at the same time. So that's what I said, like, you know, just to slow down a little bit, because there is something that it's like around here, like you need to do something, and then you're looking at the bigger picture, but maybe at the moment you're seeing too big. But there is something like around you that you need to do, you have to do. It's like a common sense, and you know it is, but you're kind of missing the point slowly, and this is gonna come to you. And I really hope I really hope I'm not too confusing, my gorgeous Virgolini, but I'm telling you that I'm telling you right now that this stage of your spiritual journey, it's more important than you could have possibly imagined. I know that you've been through a lot, and I know that lots of you felt like really kind of maybe lost a little bit. Lots of you felt like they're in the place that they don't belong to. This is gonna bring the best in you, and it's completely going to readjust your life in the best possible way. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, right at the beginning of this week, you know, you are really going to have this news, you know, this information. I like this so much. This news and this information that you are going to have, this is gonna make you feel so happy. Do you know why? Because it's going to, on one hand, bring such an important clarity and confirmation into your life, but then on another hand, this is also going to be like some kind of like also like an advice in itself, like what a smart decision do you need to kind of make. After that moment in time, you're going to be able to make a certain decision in the smartest possible way. This is going to really kind of lead towards you feeling so motivated, but then at the same time you're gonna really realize that, you know, the power of this decision, because this in itself, it is going to be the part of the clear direction that you actually need to take. This is so important, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed, because as soon as you have this news, this message, this information, this is not only at the beginning of this week, this is not only going to bring a much needed clarity into your life, but it's also going to be the part of the clear direction that you need to follow. You know that you're gonna start like realizing how much your life it's actually going to take, and this is gonna start motivating you so nicely. It is going to re-energize you. It's gonna reflect on your health, and you're gonna realize that you're gonna have not only more energy, but you're also gonna feel so motivated, and you are gonna be motivating others as well. Do not be surprised if somebody just comes to you and tell you, oh my God, I find you so inspirational, like I find you so motivating, I really like you. Well, this is what happens when we allow ourselves to be ourselves. If you feel like you want to live in the middle of the forest just by yourself, and that's your call, baby, this is absolutely brilliant. And we are projecting a very special energy when we are working on something different, something unique, something that means so much to us. And even if other people can't understand, they just find this energy absolutely mind-blowing and super beneficial and beautiful and inspiring, and they can't even explain it themselves, because it's very rare that people actually allow themselves, you know, very rare that people allow themselves to go as far as this point on their spiritual journey. And when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgolini, you're one of the most powerful signs of the zodiac, because you've got everything, or we have everything within us. You know, we can be down, we can be up, we can be left, we can be right, we can be crazy, we can be normal, we can be pretty, we can be ugly, we can be absolutely anything, and that's completely normal. That's absolutely fine. But it's just that we are are, when it comes to this multiple parts of us, we are very kind of different the way we deal with it. We can hide certain things, we can show certain things, we can have a control over many different aspects that are affecting us and draining our energy above so many other signs. And this is why we Virgolinis are different, because we are very, very complex, and this complex about us, it's also our own energy. Okay, so anyway, so going back to this clarity, this information that you are going to have, this is not only gonna oh my god, going to literally become the path of the direction you need to follow, the path of the direction you need to follow. It's not only going to become that, but it's also going to make you realize, oh my god, this is happening, oh my god, this is happening, this is really happening, this is the beginning of your own transition, it's the beginning of change, it's the beginning of you realizing that what do you need to leave behind, it's the beginning of you realizing which baggage do you need to release in order to move on. This is brilliant. And also on top of that, you're gonna realize the direct, and this is going to surprise you, something that you've been working on, something that means to you so much, like your job or whatever it was, but it's still going to something that you've been working on for a while. Then it's going to be some kind of additional surprise that you're going to have. You've expected maybe some kind of financial news, or you expected some kind of outcome, but this is really going to surprise you on which level this is going to go. So you can also expect a really brilliant news when it comes to a success, and it's to do with something that you've been working on, and this couldn't have happened at a better time, because now that in itself, it's going to make you aware of the fact that the finances are going to be fine, the financial situation is going to be fine, and it's also something that you've been worrying about, or have I done the wrong thing, the right thing or not. It's also about a much needed confirmation as well. It's all about you realizing even more. It's oh my god, there are two major ultimate changes. This is actually going to bring into your life. Absolutely brilliant. It's to do with completion, it's to do with accomplishment, it's to do with you feeling whole, it's to do with you feeling happy, it's to do with you celebration of life, it's to do with arriving, but also at the same time it's to do with you realizing that there is some kind of journey and some kind of trip that you are going to need to make, which is going to be part of it. The journey and trip that you are going to need to make, the sooner you do it, the better it's going to be, because at the same time there is going to be very unusual experience that you are going to have, which is going to make you aware of certain things you didn't know about, so many other things, but most importantly about yourself. This is brilliant because it's happening in the time of a growth, which means that you are visually going to be able to start connecting to different things around you, but also mentally and spiritually. There is going to be so much on your mind in terms of ideas, and lots of weird and strange ideas suddenly you're going to have, and I'm telling you, it's so important for you to follow them. The weirder ideas they are, the more happier you are going to be. Only a couple of days after this moment in time, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are really going to be facing you're going to be facing something that's going to inspire you. Couple of days later, there is something else which is going to inspire you, and something that you're going to see, something that you're going to come across, something that you're going to become aware of, and you're going to be looking at something, oh my god, it's really inspiring. It's not only going to inspire you, but it's also going to bring this urge to create. And once you have this urge to create, you need to understand this is really going to beautifully level up with your own willpower, desire, with power in general, with you realizing, oh my god, another potential here is to do with the new, very beautiful experience, but it's also to do with the new beginning as well. This in itself, it's really going to be so important, because now so far you couldn't do this because you felt restriction, you've been restricted. So now this is going to be your sign as well that there's some kind of restriction, it's about to shift its way, shift itself, shift its way, shift itself, you know, which is brilliant. So now that restriction was kind of making you so far to not to do things. It was making you scared. It was making you not being yourself. It was making you doing things you don't want to do. It was constantly bringing you down. And that restriction so far also was making you like kind of pay attention to certain things that are only like temptation, you know, rather than real things, you know. So it was just kind of messing up with your own spiritual view of things, which is of course ever so important. So now you're getting your balance back, which is so important when it comes to the fact that you need to be patient, but also at the same time you are going to find a meaning here, you know, a meaning which is going to reflect on you knowing exactly how much it's needed, at this stage of your life for you to work out the importance of improvement. You know, this in itself, it's going to make you aware of exactly what do you need to improve in your life, and you're going to realize that you are the only one who can do this. No one else can do this for you, my gorgeous Virgolini. My gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. And also at around the beginning of this week, you know, I like it because the beginning of this week, it's also bringing the end of the situation, you know, that is going to bring relief, you know, and this is brilliant, which means that now you're gonna this is gonna reflect on you embracing true love and your friendship, you know, and it's going to open you up to the point where you are gonna be able to make choices from the heart, you know, which is absolutely brilliant. Another powerful reconnection, my God. Okay, the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, the mid part of this week, you know, this is brilliant. Now, you please do not allow this to put you off, but it's almost as if like it's still about you making the necessary step, thinking a lot about what you're gonna do, like kind of planning what you're gonna do, because this is a lot about your whole life. It's gonna be on your mind, how much you wanna change things. And yes, you are gonna be under a little bit of pressure, okay, but then at the same time it is or this is gonna cause you kind of thinking, oh my God, it's a hard work, like, oh my God, I need to be really productive. And there is something about the routine that will put you off, almost as if for a certain amount of time you're gonna need to be doing certain things that you don't want to do. But this is so important. Listen, you must not allow this to put you off, because that's life, you know. Sometimes we have to plod along, and sometimes we have to do things that we don't want to do, and that's life, you know, until we reach the certain destination. But it really depends how we feel spiritually and mentally. It depends at that moment in time how we reflect on this, and how we reflect on this is an impact that it's going to have on our life, on our mind, on our spiritual journey indeed. So you must not allow this to take the better of you, only because there is going to be like a multiple responsibilities that you are going to be dealing with. You are brilliant. Just remember, this is indeed one of your power. So something is going to be putting you off in terms of the actual some kind of like a routine and responsibility, but you have to be as clear as you can. The answer to that is stay strong, listen to your intuition, and pay attention to signs from the divine, okay? Because this is a necessary worry. So you need to remember to let go of your fears, you know, because very soon after that moment in time, you are going to have a revelation which is going to make everything clear. And that in itself, that revelation, it's also going to come in the form of a very exciting opportunity, which is almost like, oh my God, that opportunity in itself, you will know that it's going to start changing your life significantly. So you are also going to have a really good sign around that time. But as soon as that happens, you need to kind of set clear boundaries, and you need to be as direct as you possibly can, and honest with yourself. This is so important, because now this is all going to lead towards you realizing if you don't if you don't end something, you know, you're not going to be able to do this. So you're going to need to be strong here, because you're going to need to end something. You're going to need to end something really specific here in order to have this new beginning, in order to have this process of change, this transformation, transition, metamorphosis, end of a cycle. This is important. And you're still going to be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then suddenly you're going to have a nice little surprise at around this time. Something really nice, a gorgeous, happy little surprise. And that little surprise that you are going to have, it's like a really kind of, it's to do with something which is going to make you feel so curious, and you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. And it's all about following the heart. And at that moment, something is going to become crystal clear to you, because now this is going to lead towards you knowing exactly which steps do you need to take next. You know, this is absolutely brilliant indeed. And it's a lot about you kind of realizing some kind of a beautiful gift that you have. And this is also going to be really personal to you, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. Walk like a Virgolin. Walk like a Virgolin, walk like a Virgolin, walk like a Virgolin, walk like a, my gorgeous Virgolina, walk like a Virgolin, my gorgeous Virgolini, listen to me. By the time, raise your vibration, walk like a Virgolin. Walk like a Virgolin. Para pa pam 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 para param. Dun 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 para pa pam 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 para. Walk like a Virgolin. Just remember, walk like a Virgolin. Raise your vibration, baby, every time you sing this in your head. Walk like a Virgolin. Every time somebody brings you down, every time somebody makes you feel negative, every time somebody makes you feel sad, you just sing in your mind, walk like a Virgolin, walk like a Virgolin, walk like a Virgolin, walk like a Virgolin. Para pam 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 param param pam param para pam 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 param pam taram taran tan taran tan tan taram tara pa pam 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 param pam para pa 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 Virgolini. And that's it. The last part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini. Sorry about my singing, but the last part of this week, you are actually going to you know what is going to happen the last part of this week? You are really going to you know, someone is really going to inspire you. This really beautiful man, powerful man, somebody who's like a natural leader, somebody who's like a visionary, somebody who's like maybe like a bit of an entrepreneur or something like that, somebody who's really powerful when it comes to down the decisions that they're making, somebody who's really smart, but somebody who's also really spiritual. But lots of people don't kind of understand this and don't know this, that this person is spiritual, because automatically they give off like this kind of professional vibes. So only people who know this man, this person really well, they know that this person is like really spiritual basically. And I do feel like this is somebody who you know, or it's somebody who you can understand through your special Virgolini power, that this person is like kind of spiritual, but they're not necessarily showing this. You're gonna come across this person, you're gonna look at this person, you're gonna see this person is going to cross your path at around the end of the week in such a way where they're gonna do something which is going to inspire you, then they're gonna say something And what they're gonna do and what they're gonna say, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's like kind of going to help you understand completely your own very, very personal, private situation, problem. It's gonna like, oh my God, almost as if this person is speaking directly to you about some kind of very private and personal problem that you wouldn't normally want to talk to anybody about, or to the very, very special people in your life. So through that person, you're gonna understand something like, oh my God, I can't believe he said this. You're gonna be like that, and then you're gonna be able to look at the bigger picture, see that problem from a completely different light, and that in itself, it's gonna help you so much, because you are going to know exactly what do you need to do in order to overcome a really, really nasty challenge that was affecting you so much, and that was affecting you having control and maintaining control, sometimes when you will be doing something really important. This in itself was causing so much tension in your life, you know, like that particular problem. So now for the first time in your life, you are going to have this much needed resolution, much needed clarity, and that in itself was affecting your manifestation power as well, believe me or not. So this is why this is going to be so important, my gorgeous Virgolini. Indeed, only a couple of days after that moment in time, there is something that you're going to see. There is something that you're going to come across completely out of the blue. You know, maybe you're going to be on your way to the shop and you're going to end up on your way to the gym. It's going to be so unexpected. A couple of days later, you are going to have this completely unexpected and unplanned experience, my gorgeous Virgolini, and you are really kind of going to discover something. You know, it's to do with like, oh my God, so much potential, but it's also to do with like these ideas that you are going to have at that moment in time. This is so needed, my God, when it comes to you making, you know, very big alignment into your life, especially when it comes to your own fulfillment, things that make you feel good, things that make you feel happy. This is going to bring inner harmony. This is going to bring inner happiness. You know, it's almost as if like going to lead towards a one specific dream coming true. This is going to mean to you so much, because not only this is bringing a healing into your life, but it's also going to make you emotionally stable from, you know, because you've been worrying about certain things within the last 7 or 8 months. So now this is indeed going to help you to move on. Like, oh my God, my gorgeous Virgolini, what can I say? This week is gonna be mind-blowing, and let me tell you, it's only the beginning. Walk like a Virgolin. Walk like a Virgolin. Just remember, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.